What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Rex Righteous, and this is another rap. Alright, so I wanted to make some comments and share my opinion on the finals on this channel. Maybe if you look back, maybe a year back, I used to cover a little bit of the NBA. I don't know when I'm going to get back to that, but I do want to bring up some things that weren't mentioned for the finals, and I wanted to bring up some opinions and things I feel like people aren't mentioning on YouTube, to be specific. So, obviously we all know that the Cavaliers lost to the Warriors in the finals 4-1. The Cavaliers basically looked a little outran, like they basically looked like they couldn't keep up with the Warriors offense, and just the chemistry was much better on the Warriors side. I really don't think it had anything to do with home turf type of stuff. It was mainly chemistry. I think that was the biggest issue. Now, the one thing I will say that I feel like Lebron messed up on was the. All right, I wanna ask you guys a question. Who are the best small forwards in the NBA? Okay, so I feel like that's a good question. There's Kawhi Leonard, right? You have Paul George. You got Gordon Hayward, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, of course, Carmelo Anthony, and there are some rookies and some guys that are young. They can give some competition. And who else? DeRozan. There's a couple guys out there, but are there many? So when you look at the point guard position, you can almost go crazy with how many point guards, even backup point guards that are really good. Same thing for centers. Some people say that the center position is dying out. I don't think that's true. They're just different from, how they were in the past. So power forwards, sometimes they can tween into small forwards and stuff like that, and sometimes small forwards can do the same. But mainly, it's the small forward position that's actually weakening out, and I feel like LeBron got a little comfortable with that. I feel like he, for a while, was just like, you know what, I'm gonna, whenever free agency comes or shows up, I'm gonna check into the 99-cent bin, and I'm gonna get guys that they don't mind taking under $1 million or a little bit under $5 million or something like that. Cheap contracts, guys that are good, and then also you have the guys that are in the used bin. Like, he won't go to the brand new flashy stuff, or he won't take a chance or a risk on a rookie like Andrew Wiggins per se. He'd rather take something from the used bin or the 99-cent bin. Okay, so from the used bin, I believe he took Darren Williams, Richard Jefferson, Shumpert, J.R. Smith, Kyle Korver, some of these guys, even Bogut. He took Bogut, and and I thought that was a really good pickup. It was sneaky, it was a quick move, but at the same time, it's not a for sure move. And I think that that's the reason why he started to panic right before the playoffs, because he looked over there and he said, "Man, they got Kevin Durant." Now, some people are gonna think, "Oh, Kevin Durant is not that good. I mean, LeBron's better." Yeah, he is better. But tell me a time that LeBron had to guard a guy on Kevin Durant's caliber for the whole game. I don't think you could find one time. when he faced the Spurs in the when he first went to the finals. I'm pretty sure he was probably better than whoever he was guarding. When he faced the Celtics in the playoffs, Paul Pierce was really good on the offensive side, but he was more of a tricky guy. It wasn't the same. But he lost to them. But I'm talking about finals. Maybe I shouldn't get lost in that. But anyway, Mavericks. Anytime, it don't matter. The only time that he had to do that was with the Spurs, but he didn't have to guard him for that long. And he's not on Kevin Durant's caliber. He's not on the same level because offensively, I would think that Kevin Durant's better when it comes to offense. Some people might disagree, but still, did he have to guard Kawhi Leonard for 48 minutes or for 40 minutes or whatever? No. So that's the main thing, is that Kevin Durant is a threat, and LeBron doesn't like that. LeBron doesn't want to have to guard a guy for that long. Why? Because he wants to help. He's so busy helping and trying to pass the ball and managing the ball and making sure that everything is done a certain way that he doesn't want to have to guard a guy for that long, especially when it's a guy like him, like that's elite like him and can take over a game like him. So that was where he messed up, is that he had no backup, no real backup. He had no backup point guard for Kyrie, so that hurt him. You know what I'm saying? And just not having his pieces in the right places. So that whole scenario where there's no one to guard KD except for him, that's where he messed up, man. KD's really hard to guard. You have to pay attention. He's special, man. You know what I'm saying? Stephen Curry, you can get around some things, especially if he's not hot. He doesn't have those 40-point games anymore. He doesn't shoot from far anymore. Klay Thompson was quiet. So all those guys you can kind of manage. But if you're guarding Kevin Durant and you have no one to help you, or you don't have something that offsets them, then you're done. And that's where I think he mainly messed up. So let me know what you think. Do you feel like if he would have had another piece, like a center or something like that, it could have helped him? Because honestly, I feel like in the new season, what he's going to wind up doing is that he's going to have to tell these guys, yo, I'm sorry, you can't stay on the team. We got to get newer. We got to get better. We got to get younger. And I feel like LeBron stayed in that mind state where it's like, well, I'm going to stick to my guns. I don't care if we're losing. I don't care if this isn't here. I don't care. I'm just going to have to do what I do, which is pass the ball, manage the ball, and get us a W. And to be honest with you, I wasn't that impressed with the game that they did win in Game 4, I believe it is. So if you think about that, think about it like this. Let's say you're one of the people that think that Game 4 was kind of sketchy. And they go back and they win Game 5. Isn't that 4 games to 0? That's technically a sweep. So that's why I feel like he was so unprepared. I think throughout the whole year, I'm telling you, LeBron is chilling. He's chilling. No one's guarding him. No one's giving him a hard time. And maybe I'm mistaken, but I feel like that position is weak, on both coasts. So he knew this going into the playoffs. He's just like, nah, man, we need help somewhere. I really feel like he should have gotten help in the center position. And I feel like the first dude he needs to trade is Tristan Thompson, because they needed rebounds, they needed hunger, they needed energy. Imagine if he would have had a guy like Anthony Towns in there, or if he would have had some guy that just had way more energy, just way more disruptive, and that would have messed up Draymond Green's whole operation, because if anything, he's the one that makes it rough down there. He fights down low. You know, you can't just think that with Tristan Thompson you're gonna do everything. So if anything, I would trade Tristan Thompson, not Kevin Love. I understand that he's the higher value. I know that you can get a lot more for him, but and I know that the contract for Tristan Thompson is a little bit high up there. He's a little bit overpriced. But I would do anything I could do to get him the hell out of there. Another thing I heard is that LeBron took the $100 million for 3 years, so that left him with there's no money for the team, no money. Oh, who are we gonna get? Oh, what? Just pick that guy up right there. Who? Darren Williams? Yeah, he's good. Yeah, but he can't guard a Stephen Curry. Yeah, but he can pass. He can pass the ball. I don't care. What do you mean? And that's the thing. It's like LeBron, he got too used to Kyrie and Kevin Love. And that's why I feel like a lot of Cavs fans can't complain, because they had 3 All-Stars. They were going against 4 All-Stars. Not a big deal. Just outwork them. But LeBron wasn't just trying to outwork them. He was trying to outsmart them. And he didn't outsmart them. He failed, because he didn't go for the jugular. You know what I'm saying? He didn't go for broke when it came to smarts. He's trying to extend himself another 2-3 years doing the same type of stuff. And always pay attention to that. He doesn't want to guard any small forward for the whole game. He's never done that. And most players don't do that. They don't guard the other elite player on the other side. But a lot of fans look forward to that. And to be honest with you, I feel like he does it the least than other guys. Now, granted, I know it's because he wants to guard the best player on the floor. So if the best player on the floor is a power forward, a shooting guard, or a point guard, he's going to be guarding them. That's good. That's a good thing. But you got to understand your position, and you got to know and say, you know what? I'm going to need a solid backup guy, and I'm going to need a solid backup guy for my 2 stars, Kevin Love and Kyrie. Solid. Not mediocre, not maybe if he plays with me, if I coach him and if I teach him. Nah, man. You got to get a solid point guard. So, a lot of the areas that he messed up in is in the coaching area and in the, like bringing a player up, making a player better. He didn't do that really, because, like I said, you bring these old guys, how much better can you make them? They're just happy to be on a championship team, and they want to win another chip. But then after a while, they get to a point, they start to get limited, and they start to say, you know what? I don't think I could run with these guys at Golden State. These guys are too fast, man. They're good. And they play in the West. That's how they play all the time. So they're not going to slow down. So that's the part that I'm just like, I'm really shocked, But I don't watch basketball for this main reason, because it's nonstop LeBron talk all the time. this guy's lose, fail, win. It doesn't matter. At this point, I feel like anybody that's a LeBron fan uh, should just know that he's great, but you don't have to watch everything he does because um, he's in a level where it's like he's so unstoppable that it's good to think if he was in the 90s, he would dominate, because I'm pretty sure he would do really well. I don't know if he would dominate, but I think he would do really well, and he would adapt. But it's over. Like, it's overanalyzed. It's oversaturated. The NBA is oversaturated with LeBron talk. There's no other LeBrons. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and not to mention Iguodala as well. He's a good small forward too. But guess what? He's coming off the bench, and he did the same thing that LeBron would have did. But he's being a sixth man. So it's basically almost the same thing, tweening, changing, and guarding this guy, guarding that. They outsmarted him. The only way LeBron can come back is if you get another center that's strong, that's solid, and get two backups for Kevin Love and Kyrie. Now, one question I also want to add too: what would have happened if LeBron would have had Andrew Wiggins right now? I'm not saying he should have not traded for Kevin Love, but just think about that. Andrew Wiggins is wiry. He's hungry. All he thinks about is basketball. You don't see him out there in the club and doing all this stuff. You don't see him taking pictures, doing all this crazy stuff. And he got hops. He's hungry too. So that's my take on it. I'm going to try hitting you guys up with some more stuff maybe later on today. Maybe another rant on McGregor versus Mayweather. And I'll give you my thoughts on that. But anyway, I got to go. See you guys later. And like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit me up. Support Rex Price.